You can be in a crowded room, laughing at a party, and feel it. You can be scrolling through a feed of smiling faces and joyful announcements, and feel it. You can even be in the arms of someone you love, and still, you can feel it. It is the paradox of modern life. We are more connected than any humans in history, yet we are suffering from an epidemic of loneliness. It is a quiet, aching feeling of being on the outside of life, looking in through a pane of glass. We need to make a crucial distinction. There's being alone, a physical state of solitude which can be peaceful and restorative, and then there is being lonely, a deep emotional state of disconnection. Loneliness is the feeling that you are a stranger in your own life. It's the sense that no one truly sees or understands the core of who you are. It is a silent scream into a universe that does not seem to answer. You feel that your loneliness is a personal failure, a sign that you are somehow broken, unlovable, or deficient. But what if I told you that this feeling is not a sign that you are broken? What if it is a sign that you are finally awake? What if this profound sense of cosmic loneliness is not a problem to be solved, but a fundamental truth of the human condition to be confronted? One man stared directly into this abyss of human loneliness and did not flinch. His name was Albert Camus, a French-Algerian philosopher, author, and journalist. Camus looked at the world and saw a truth so profound and unsettling that he gave it a name: the absurd. The absurd, for Camus, is the irreparable conflict between our desperate human need for meaning, order, and connection, and the cold, silent, indifferent universe that offers none. Your feeling of loneliness, that sense of being a stranger adrift in the cosmos, is the primary symptom of this absurd condition. And, according to Camus, it is only by confronting this condition head-on that we can ever hope to find a real, authentic way to live. Camus did not offer easy answers or false comfort. Instead, he offered a path of rebellion. Not a rebellion with fists, but a rebellion of the soul. It consists of 3 defiant acts against our lonely, absurd condition. The first rebellion is to embrace the absurd. Your entire life, you have been trying to escape this feeling of cosmic loneliness. You have chased relationships, achievements, and distractions, hoping they will fill the void. Camus says this is a futile escape. The first step to freedom is to stop running. It is to turn around, look the absurd squarely in the eye, and accept it. Accept that the universe has no inherent meaning. Accept that you are, in a cosmic sense, alone. This is not an act of despair. It is an act of supreme courage, because the moment you stop begging the universe for a meaning it cannot give, you are finally free to create your own. Your loneliness is not a wound to be healed. It is the stark, clear-eyed starting point for a truly authentic life. The second rebellion is to live with passion. If you accept that life has no ultimate divine meaning and that it ends in oblivion, what are you left with? You are left with life itself. Camus argues that if this life is all we have, then our rebellion against meaninglessness is to live as passionately and intensely as possible. This is not about reckless pleasure-seeking. It is a profound engagement with the raw experience of being alive. It is the taste of your morning coffee, the warmth of the sun on your skin, the texture of a conversation with a friend, the beauty of a piece of music. When you are passionately immersed in the sensory richness of the present moment, the intellectual problem of loneliness fades into the background. You are too busy living to be consumed by the abstract thought of being alone. The third and most important rebellion is solidarity. Camus believed that recognizing our shared, absurd fate is the only honest foundation for true human connection. We are all strangers in this indifferent universe. We are all sentenced to the same fate, and in this shared condemnation lies the possibility of the most profound solidarity. We are brothers and sisters in a common struggle. True community is not built on superficial shared interests or forced positivity. It is forged in the shared understanding that we are all in this together, pushing our rocks up the same hill. You overcome your personal loneliness the moment you recognize it as our collective condition, and you extend a hand to your fellow human not out of pity, but out of a deep sense of shared rebellion. So, how do we practice this defiant philosophy in our daily lives? Here are 2 simple exercises. First, for 1 week, keep an absurd beauty log. Each day, your only task is to find and write down one small, concrete, absurdly beautiful thing you experienced. The way light hit a dust mote in the air, the intricate pattern on a leaf, the genuine laughter of a stranger. This is a training exercise in passionate living, teaching your mind to find meaning not in grand ideas, but in direct sensory experience. Second, practice the shared struggle conversation. The next time you are with a friend you trust, dare to move beyond the superficial. Ask a real question. Have you ever felt completely lost? Or, what's one thing that's genuinely hard for you right now? This is a micro-practice of creating solidarity. It is an invitation to connect not over your shared successes, but over your shared, beautiful, human struggle. In the end, Camus reframes loneliness. It is not a curse, it is a calling. It is the moment the universe falls silent and you are finally able to hear your own voice. It is the stark, empty canvas upon which you are finally free to paint your own meaning, create your own connections, and live your own defiant, passionate, and deeply human life. He asks us to imagine Sisyphus condemned to push a rock up a hill for eternity as happy, because in the full, lucid awareness of his futility condition, he becomes its master. Loneliness is our rock. We can be crushed by it, or we can, like Sisyphus, find our freedom in the struggle. If you choose to embrace the struggle, write "My rebellion begins" in the comments below. Subscribe, and let's find our meaning together.